In previous videos, we've seen how you can take a single image and create a zoom image out of it. But what happens if we have more than one image that we want to present at the same time? This is where Maxoom Showcase comes in. Showcase provides us with the ability to present an unlimited number of high-resolution images online. Showcase expands upon the Maxoom viewer by integrating a resizable scroll pane into the viewer that automatically displays generated thumbnails of those images. Clicking a thumbnail displays the image. This way, a single viewer instance can be used to display hundreds of images presenting thumbnails and optional labels for each image. In this video, we'll cover building a showcase and customizing the showcase. As a showcase is designed to give us the ability to present a lot of images in a single interface, we need to start off by selecting a range of images we want to show. I can select a folder and have all of the images in that folder be shown, or simply select specific images that I want to show. To select specific images, I click in the small box on the bottom left of an image. If I want to select all of the images, I shift-click. I can also select images from other folders. Once I've checked my images, I need to select the tab Selection, and it collects all of the selected images together. The first step in creating the showcase is to select the Publish to Web button and then select Maxoom Showcase from the options available. This opens the publishing interface for Showcase. Let's take a look at a default showcase by selecting Preview. Let's look at some of the functionality incorporated into it. There's a navigation bar on the left, a main viewing window, and a function bar at the bottom. The first image in the list is selected. I can load new images by selecting a thumbnail from the navigation bar. I can scroll up and down to see more images. I can expand the navigation bar and increase the size of the thumbnails. By selecting various tools from the bottom bar, I can zoom in and out, look at the next and previous images, select an area of interest, pan around the image using the zoom viewer or hand tool, and reset it back to normal. If I'm happy with the result, I could publish the showcase by selecting the Publish tab and set some basic attributes for the file. I'll set the width and height to 600 pixels by 400 pixels. In this case, I don't need flash detection, so I'll turn it off. You'll see as I'm making the changes, the HTML code is updating to reflect those changes. All I have to do now is to click in the HTML code box, select all of the code, and copy it. Now that we have the code, I can update my HTML page to include the showcase. I'm using Adobe Dreamweaver, but you can use any text editor. In the page, I have a graphic placeholder that I'll delete. In its place, I'll paste the code copied from Maxoom. And that's it. We are finished. The page is ready to publish. I'll save the page and preview it in my browser. I want to modify the interface to make the showcase suit my personal preferences. To do this, I'll change some of the attributes available in the Showcase and Viewer tabs. Inside these tabs are a large number of entry fields and menus where you can customize how the showcase looks and functions. I'll start by modifying some configuration settings. The first is Keep Image section, and I want to make it Yes. This means that if we are zoomed in on an image and select the next image, we retain the zoom. Also, crop images to thumbnail size, I want to make yes. This crops them and keeps the interface more regular if the images are of different ratios. Next, I'll move on to the labels section. I'll set the text size to 10 pixels and the prefix for each image to pic. I'll add a slight margin above the text to separate it from the image. I'll set that to 5 pixels. I'll make a couple of layout changes. The first is to float the navigation bar over the image. This increases the size of the image to fit the whole area of the showcase. I'll select yes to show a scroll bar. I'll move the thumbnail bar to the bottom. I'll have the thumbnail bar minimize if I select an image. And I'll set the size of the thumbnail image to 50 by 50 pixels. In the Style section, I'm going to make the drag bar resizable. This allows the user to expand or contract the size of the thumbnail area. To make it easier to grab, I'll make the drag bar 20 pixels wide and increase the size of the bar menu to 15. And finally, I'm going to make the whole thumbnail bar transparent with a setting of 20%. Let's preview those settings. I can see the survey window is sitting over my thumbnails, so I'll need to hide it for this configuration. To do so, I go into the viewer and select yes from the Hide Survey window. I'll preview the application again. Now I can drag the thumb bar open and still see my images underneath. If I select a thumbnail, it will minimize the thumb bar. I can hide the thumb bar. I can zoom in, and when I move from image to image, the zoom is retained. The last thing I want to do is to put this not on a white page but on a black one. So I'll go into Publish, select Maxoom Black for the skin, and do a quick preview again. The changes are all done. It's time to copy the code and update the page. I've loaded the black page into Dreamweaver. I'll delete the placeholder. In its place, I'll paste the code copied from Maxoom. And that's it. We are finished. The page is ready to publish. I'll save the page and preview it in my browser. So you can see how, in a few minutes, we have created 2 variations of a showcase. You can see how flexible Maxoom Showcase can be and how it allows you to publish a large number of images very quickly in a single application. For more information, visit our website